Got a new recruit to discuss here. Jasiah Jervis, a 6'4", 180-pound shooting guard who is playing at Archbishop Stepinac in New York. Class of 2026 kid, four-star, firmly in the top 100, firmly far away from five-star status, like a true four-star. 62nd overall rated player in the class of 2026 per 24/7. He gave some updates on his recruitment to Jamie Shaw. Shout out to Jamie Shaw and On3. Go subscribe to On3 so you can read the full article on this. But he mentioned that Rutgers, Northwestern, Illinois, and Purdue are all recruiting him very hard right now. He has official visits set with Rutgers and Northwestern, and then he is talking with Illinois and Pittsburgh on dates to set up official visits. I would add, my Michigan Wolverines are trying to get in the mix, and Josiah says he hears from Michigan and USF in addition to the four that he is planning on setting visits with. He wants to wait till after Peach Jam to set his visits. I think he's kind of hoping, like most four stars would, go crush it at Peach Jam, maybe rise up the recruiting ranks a little bit and see who starts calling. But this is a kid who really believes in himself. You listen to some of the quotes that he gave Jamie. Quote, I want to go to a school that's going to push me to become a pro. This is a kid that dreams of the highest level. Fun offensive player for sure. So I'll throw it to you. Give me your general thoughts, and then we can talk through his recruitment a little bit more here. What do you think of Jasiah Jervis?
I'll be honest, the only, I haven't watched any of his high school or AAU tape, but I watched him at the NBPA Top 100 camp. He has the jumper of an NBA guy. I think he like his decision making is very quick. Sometimes I think he chooses to drive when he should shoot. That's something that I think obviously you can work on, especially like you get to the college level, it becomes a little bit more 3-point heavy than the high school level. The NBA becomes way more 3-point heavy than the college level. So I think as he continues to grow within his career, that'll come. Played for Team Andre Drummond at the NBPA camp, so that was an immediate red flag for me. Not an Andre Drummond guy, but I mean, ultimately, I think he probably has a little work he needs to do defensively, but he showed at the camp he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. I don't know what his team's record was, but I know every time I turned on, like whether it was a Twitter highlight or a live stream or whatever was going on from that camp, Team Drummond was up 30 on Team Justice Winslow. It felt like so. I mean, I think he won at the camp. He makes a lot of winning plays. Um, Not a ton of passing though. Just gonna be honest, not a ton of passing, but he gets to his spots with ease. Very good looking jumper. I think he has one of the better looking like shooting forms in this class too.
I love this kid's film. This is one of my favorite players in the class, and Illinois has been after him for a while. I've known of him because I know Illinois was on him. Honestly, you're gonna laugh at this, but shout out to Sleeve Nash. I remember in March I saw one of those Sleeve tweets where like Illinois offers a kid, and Sleeve does like the Illinois like keep an eye on this tweet. That's how I learned about Josiah Jervis, and I watched the film and I was like, damn, I love this film. This kid's great. Like I'm confused on his ranking. Like the 24/7 composite has him 101st nationally. 24/7 themselves, like I said, 62nd. I see like top 30 kid, fringe five-star when I watch the film. He's got good frame, good length. He's 6'4", 180. I think he looks more 6'5", 6'6" on the film that I see. He's got a bag. Like you watch any live action of him, film, clips, anything, highlights, he is just saucing people off the dribble. There's some Karis LeVert, Bones Highland to his game of like I can just get wherever I want and quick twitch and left to right horizontally. Like he has wiggle to him, and I trust the handle. He kind of looks like I see point guard skills when I watch him on film. But as you mentioned, the thing that's missing from him being a point guard, he's not a passer from what I've seen. It's all sauce to get his own bucket. Now, he's constantly getting his own buckets. I like the jumper. I think he has great form. I think he has a quick release. I think he's long enough to shoot over people. And I've seen him make a ton of shots. So I mentioned Michigan's trying to get involved. I don't know how much Michigan is prioritizing him. I know they love a visit from him. But this is one of those ones I would be through the roof if Michigan landed Jasiah Jervis. And if Illinois gets him, I mean, I think they're going to get a stud. I think he'd be next in line to be a really, really good player for Illinois. This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. And they're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York. Well,
Bang.
that's New Jersey.
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. His recruitment is strange, though, because like while I'm here screaming his praises, and he is a firm top 100 kid, outside of Illinois and Michigan, like Rutgers, Northwestern, Pitt, USF, does that feel right? Like why is this such a winnable recruitment?
I probably some of the passing stuff, right? Like I think there's probably some coaches that are looking at him like, okay, you're a great individual talent. Let's see the rest of it though. And I think that's why he is waiting so long. I think this is a guy that following Pete's Jam, will be that a top 30, top 40 guy coming out of it. Honestly, I'm surprised. Have they done rankings post MBPA camp or are they waiting?
I think 24/7 did an update, I think. Or maybe it was on 3 that did an update. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar.
I'm surprised he didn't rise more following that camp. I thought he was one of the guys that like showed out the most within the camp. So that's a little surprising, but I do think this is a guy that would rise ultimately, but he's a great individual talent. But when you don't pass the ball, I think there's a lot of coaches that are sitting there like, well, I have Andre Stojakovic already. I have Fletcher Loyer. I have all these great wings that in the Big Ten. I want my point guard or my two guard to get them the ball, essentially. And I think there's probably some like coaches that don't see the vision of him getting their best players the ball.
That's fair. And like, I don't know. Like I said, this kid is very upfront, loud about like NBA. That's my goal. That's my goal. And you got a 6'4" two guard that's screaming NBA. That's like score only, maybe. Look, I still think it's going to work. And I don't know. My gut would tell me he'd be in college much longer than he wants to be. But I don't know. It right now feels very winnable for Illinois or for Michigan or for whoever here. Going through some of his quotes again. Subscribe to On3 to hear the full article. But he talks through the schools he's going to visit and even the Michigan USF ones. Rutgers getting a visit. Said they welcomed me with open arms. It was great there. Seeing Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper working out. Those are two pros, and one day I want to be like them. This kid is just constantly NBA, NBA, NBA. When you get to Illinois, though, I loved this quote. I love their guard play, the freedom they get to make plays. The coaches always just tell me how much they love how I play and that I'm a dog. Illinois coach is just on the phone with Jasiah Jervis, like, dog, you're a dog. I kind of love that.
I love that too. That's also going to win them the recruitment. Just to advise Josiah, Dylan Harper and Ace were NBA guys before they ever got to Rutgers. Rutgers did nothing to help them out. If anything, they made it worse for Ace. So just something to keep in mind.
Pitt's also on this list, and he mentions Bub Carrington. That's a guy I've played against and for. So clearly, he is framing this recruitment under the lens of what guys like me have you put in the league lately? And I would say, I get like, are they trying to point to Kasparis? Maybe they could show him Will Riley film. That might be more applicable.
I
Really?
that's if he develops anything in terms of like sharing the ball, I think that's your best bet, right? Like you're a dog defensively, you can get your own bucket whenever you want. A little bit of an undersized two, definitely not a one. You know what I mean? Like kind of like that like question mark of like what you play in the league, but Io's in the league now. I will say this, I don't know who Rutgers has he plays like because it's not Dylan Harper.
Yeah, I don't love the IO thing. I would show Will Riley or even like Terrence Shannon film. If you're just trying to show like dog shooting guard, show those guys more than a point guard. But I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, very winnable recruitment. If all you got to beat out is Steve Peichel and his band of NBA lottery picks and Pitt, I think Illinois could be able to close this one if they want to. We shall see.